Alright, hello everyone. Welcome to the second part of the Reign of Swords playthrough. We're going to start with the Carrone 2 mission today. I'll try to do this one and the Carrone 3 mission in this episode, so I won't linger on too much. Do you want to repeat the last battle setup for this map? No. Battle menu, continue to deploy units until your point allowance has been extinguished. So this is what I was talking about in the previous mission that we did. For most of the game, you're going to be able to deploy your own units instead of getting the preset units like given to you by the game. I think throughout the 3 tutorial missions and then the very first Carrone mission, they just do it for you. But in this one, we'll get to deploy our own units. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so the UI for this is definitely like really janky and not the same as the mobile version. So these are all the units we have for now. I think once we have like a bunch of units, there'll be like a way to sort it, or I guess this is like we scroll through with these arrows. But you can see we have 1,000 points, and this dollar amount is the amount that each unit costs, and then the number is how many of that unit we have. So in this mission, we have this group of units with their blue health bars that you can see, and this group of units with the red health bars. The units that have blue and yellow, I believe. What's the other? There's one more, or maybe it's like a cyan, like a turquoise type color, are the allies. And then anything that's like red or orange are going to be enemies. So we are going to be grouped up with this force to try and beat these guys. So I will go ahead and I'll use my catapult and my archer unit, just because those are always it's always nice to have range in this mode, for sure, or this game in general. I'll get my cavalry units in, and then I don't think I have much room for anything else. Yeah, just the one footman is all I have room for, but I think the whole point is that we're just like this secondary supporting force. I actually don't know if you put no units on the board, if this force would just beat this one. I don't think they would, because I'm looking at the infantry units, the pikemen, the sword. I think these are just called swordsmen. I know these are called halberd. I don't know how to pronounce that weapon name. The big, long like poleaxe weapon. Those 3 units are stronger than the footmen, and they have a lot of them. So I think this force would beat this one if they just, duked it out themselves. But we are here to help. So the enemy will go first. It'll line up actually quite nice for a charge attack, although the pikemen are, one of their strengths is that they are very resistant to cavalry charges. So that's like one of the main strengths that they have when there's multiple of them in a line, like how they have 2 or 3 in a line like this. If you charge, they will attack first, which doesn't happen to any other unit on a charge attack. So they're definitely like resistant to cavalry units. But it just gave a description there. Yeah, it said green. I think green, blue, and cyan is, I think, how that turquoise color is called, and then red, orange, and yellow are going to be the enemy units, if there are ever two, more than one group that we're fighting against. I think the strategy for this one is going to be pretty simple. I think I just use the catapult and the bowmen to help hit the front line, help support our allied units from range, and then the cavalry units are going to go into the back and one-shot the catapult and the priest unit. So I have a charge, but as you can see, it only does 19 damage to this pikeman. It does like very, very little damage, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go all the way up here to... I wonder if I can turn those tips off, or maybe they only show while I'm in the Carrone region. Yep, so I will move up here. I'll line up a charge for this priest, so he'll have to move. I will use my catapult. Let me see how far it reaches. I could hit my own guy. That's alright. So that was the first instance of the catapult missing, where I told it to target, it's either like a 1 in 4, like a 1 in 3, or like a 50-50 chance to like go somewhere besides where you target it. But as you upgrade them, it gets more and more accurate. I don't think it ever becomes like 100% accurate. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it doesn't, but they are still super useful. The max rank catapult is like a cannon unit, and it literally can just hit like 70s and 80s on the squishier targets like the priests and the footmen and stuff like that. So super useful unit. So he has a like a trebuchet, which is like the middle tiered catapult unit. I'll try best as I can to go through like the details of a lot of like what the units can do. Most of the guys that are just like a human with a weapon is pretty self-explanatory. Like they can move and then they can attack, and that's basically it. So there's not too much like unique about them. I know that the pikemen are like some of the stronger, just regular infantry units, and then I think these are called greatswords, if I'm not mistaken. They will always attack second, so if you go up to something and attack it, they will always hit second, but their damage is like ludicrous. But the difference is kind of that by getting hit first, their like damage amount will go down. Like how I was mentioning before, if there's a low health unit, like this has 2 health and 8 health, they'll have weaker attack when they're low health. So I can just go ahead, one-shot this catapult real quick, completely take that out. What is my charge target for this unit? Yeah, it's a pikeman. I don't really want to target that guy. I want to get the priest down as quick as I can, because he can heal. I think he has like an AoE heal, or maybe no, that's what his buff is. Anything that's in a 1 unit radius of the priest will get like retribution hit. So you can see that when I attacked him with my cavalry unit here, I went and hit him for some damage, and it returned some of it back to me. It's a small amount, but when you can apply it onto like 8 units in the squares around you, it can add up to a lot if you can't get to the priest and actually kill him. So there, the retribution did 10 damage to me. So yeah, we'll just go through and we will help our allied forces here to take these guys down. I know in Carrone at least, there's not too much strategy you can do. Later in the game we'll get into there's different like terrains and stuff. Like right now we're fighting on like wide open grass. There's like some rough grass that'll limit our movement by 1, and like the trees, you can't pass through trees unless you're in a square like next to it. I remember like small stuff like that. And then we'll get into like there's structures, like there's castles and houses and stuff like that can give your units different benefits and stuff. But I don't even, the cool thing about revisiting this game so much later is that I don't really remember what everything does, so I'm still gonna have to like relearn it. Between last episode and this one, I thought I found a setting that would make the sound effects work, but I couldn't get it to work, so I think we're just gonna have to, bite the bullet and just kind of accept that the sound effects aren't gonna be happening, which, sucks. I would have liked it if they did, but might need to move my catapult here soon. Might kill my own guy with this rock. I did, but I also got his unit there as well. Let's go down here, I guess. Doesn't matter too much what we use that for. Since we kind of one-shot the catapult and the priest at the beginning of in like the first 2 rounds of this, level, it made this round super easy, basically. That's just the super effective strategy. If you have access to the siege weapons and the ranged units as well. Like you can see my crossbowmen, and there's like longbows, and they have ranged units that can move and attack on the same turn that are super useful. And you can do it to where, like, if I'm here and I know that their infantry units are in range of moving and then attacking my my crossbowmen, I can attack and then like run away and stuff like that. So I know that unit is one of my favorites at the time. Also, it looks really cool. It has like a hood and stuff. It just aesthetically looks really nice. But yeah, after I finish kind of finish this playthrough, which I guess is just beating all the campaign missions, I want to maybe dig a little bit deeper into the game if I get, that much invested in it. And by that I mean like learn the unit damages specifically. Like I can do tests and stuff, like how much does 100 health footman hit 100 health pikemen and swordsmen for, and like kind of just map out the damages of all the units, because I don't know how the game works, and since it's so old, there's not really any like documentation on it or anything like that. You just kind of know this guy does a lot of damage, this guy does a little damage, and that's basically all you get. But it'd be cool to kind of dig into it more. So there we go, that's the second mission done. The western front is secure, but the enemy is struck with their reserves at the heart of our battle line. The Emperor is in danger. So we get, I don't know how to turn these off. I think there's a way to. I think it also might just disappear after the Carrone region, since it's kind of like the tutorial region. We get 2 weapons and 2 armor, and we get some footmen, which is really nice. Maybe I can show you guys, now that I have these, how to use them. Let's see, can this guy get upgraded? He can get upgraded to a musketeer with this is called lore, I remember that. This is, it's not like a knowledge thing, it's just called lore, and they kind of just use that as like, the lore upgrades can make stuff go to like the final like form. I'm pretty sure the catapult needs a lore to go to the cannon, and yeah, see, I have sound on. I tried flipping this to be like on and off between episodes, and it didn't make a difference. It still just didn't work, which is unfortunate, but yeah. So if I wanted to, I could turn the footmen into swordsmen, or halberdiers, I believe is what that is called. Or a cavalry unit with the beast upgrade. I'll do that later. A reason is the footmen is a really good unit for the cost. They're very, very efficient. Like swordsmen and halberdiers cost, I think they cost 100, if I'm not mistaken, and the upgrade is very minimal, I'm pretty sure. I know the militiamen cost 50, but going from a militiaman to a foot soldier is only a 25, cost increase. Yeah, I don't really know what the best strategy is. I just know what like kind of the strongest units are in general. I'm sure there's like really optimal. I'm sure there's like best in class like type units and stuff like that. But I'll stop rambling. We'll get onto the final campaign mission of the Kingdom of Carrone. Actually, looking at my recording time, I'm going to save the last Carrone mission for the next episode, guys. Thank you so much for watching. This has been Let Us Play. I'll catch you next time. Peace.